Top of the morning. Hello, world. The champ is here. Yeah, you know I'm starting my morning off with the Joker and Miss Arkansas the comedian live at Green Links Media. Yeah, 7 to 10 a.m. every morning of the weekday. Tap in, man. Get your day started the right way. Yeah. And when you see me, act like you know. The champ is here. Go on.
Yes, sir. Swish. Jordan. Full moon makes the sky glow. Top down as I drive slow. I'm on the highway, blowing hydro. We about to hit the club with our eye low. I said, bartender, make my drink strong. Give me a double shot on the rocks, straight Patron. I look young, Lord, and I'm feeling grown. They play Marvin Gaye. Oh, let's get it on. Front to back and wall to wall. Oh, with some stallions in there, Lord, and I want them all. I see Shawty right there, dancing all alone. I say, excuse me, miss, you mind if I dance along? She said, dynamite, boy, you got it going on. And I've been waiting for Mr. Right to come and take me home. And I told her, easy, take it slow. The ride is much smoother when you're in cruise control. Pump your brakes, baby, slow your roll. Yeah, the journey is sweeter when you're in cruise control. Oh Lord, yeah, you know me, I don't know you, and I ain't never seen you when I roll through, and I got a strong feeling you tryna take a ride. Take a deep breath first, it's a purple haze. Dang, rewind that track, run that back. It's Mr. Dynamite putting it down like that. In the big body like you can scratch out flat. Now hit the button on the side, gal, and lean on back. She said I like it in cruise control. Slow mo, baby, that's just how I roll. Drop top down so my hair can blow. Now put the fire to the spliff, gal. Take it slow. The ride is much smoother when you're in cruise control. Pump your brakes, baby, slow your roll. Yeah, the journey is sweeter when you're in cruise control. Take it slow. The ride is much smoother when you're in cruise control. Pump your brakes, baby, slow your roll. Yeah, the journey is sweeter when you're in cruise control.
Yeah, no, that's your boy, the Joker, the Overlook MC, live directly on the morning show. We here. Where you at on your mental health between 1 and 10? Where you at on your mental health between 1 and 10? You know what I'm saying? I'm claiming a 10 this morning, but I'm about a 7 this morning. You know what I'm saying? Still hanging on, making it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a good time. That song right there, right here, give me mad good energy, positive energy, and all that, man. Everybody on their mental health between 1 and 10, put it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? No doubt, no doubt. Yeah. Where you at your mid 12, Queen, back Green, Queen?
Listen, bro, I'm claiming that 10 right with you. Right with you. Okay?
Yeah. Claiming it. You know
I'm
what I'm saying?
claiming it, bro. I'm claiming
Yeah, but I'm about a 7.5. You know what I'm saying?
it.
You know what I'm saying? But
We gonna bring it up.
yeah, that song right there bring it up a little bit.
What? I'm in
That new
here
intro.
jamming, y'all. Come on,
Yeah,
that's that
Johnny.
grown.
Yeah, Johnny Dynamite, man. Crooms is definitely amazing. I love that drop he gave us, man. Represent Green Links Media, Miss Arkansas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Everybody life it this morning, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, comedian Miss Arkansas, you know what I'm saying? Her mental health got to be about a 5 because she's sick today. You know what I'm saying? So
Sending
we're
our
gonna pray for
love
her.
to Miss Arkansas.
Yeah. Yeah, we gonna pray for her this morning. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you know, we lifing up here on the morning show. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be an amazing show today. You know what I'm saying? Got a couple things to talk about and all that. You know what I'm saying? And play some music videos and we're gonna have a conversation. Where y'all out here mid 12 or those who's tuned in this morning? Good morning here on the morning show. Appreciate. Put in the comments. Say good morning, say hi. You know what I'm saying? And we here to say hi back. You know what I'm saying? We talk back in our podcast. You understand me?
And it's Friday.
Yeah, no
Let
doubt,
us know
no
what
doubt.
y'all up to this weekend.
Yeah, it's Friday. Yes, a lot of things going on this weekend. Let us know what's going on. It's getting near the end of the school year. I know a lot of people got exams and stuff. You know what I'm saying? With just kids getting ready to have their summer vacation and all that. You know what I'm saying? Let us know where the young kids is. They have mental health problems too. Where their mental health at? Why they got to do them exams and stuff? I remember those exams back in the day.
I didn't even think about that. That part,
Yeah.
the stress of it.
Yeah. You know, I remember the study books you should get, the little study book that you should get to study. You know what I'm saying? The overall year test come in one booklet and everybody used to have one. But if you lose it, then that's your notes.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I remember. And I was always that kid that lost mine. Oh my goodness.
I lost mine all the time. And not one school year that I did not lose it. I'm gonna be straight up. I lost that little book. That little book was small. It was smaller than the Jet magazine.
Man, and then you put it in your room, okay? You put it in your room, now the cover off, now your mama throwing it in the garbage. Ain't no telling what can happen to that book.
Yeah, that book, man. I was going through hell with that little book though, but all your notes is in there. You know what I'm saying? But I did pretty good without it though. You know what I mean? Because when I did have it, I was always studying and I was always taking small little notes and put them in the notebook so I could have a little small little, you know, little extra little guidance that I have. Because they let you do that too. But the teacher got to look over it before you have it, just in case you got some cheating stuff up in there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? As long as they approve it, you was good. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What's going on?
Bro, were you one of those students that what do they call it when you crunch everything in?
Yeah.
I was such a procrastinator.
Yep. You know, and then if you was a junior, you came to certain days, and the seniors always get a chance to go home after the test. But the juniors can take the test, but then you don't have to take any more classes. You can go ahead and, you know, they give you like a work study program or something around the school, where everybody else has to go to their classes.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I remember. Yeah. Good school year. Because when we was a senior, but see, I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. When I was a freshman, I never stayed in the school. I left.
Even as a freshman, you left?
I left. After the test, I left with the seniors. Like I was grown. Like I was grown or something. You know I ain't supposed to be. We used to skip school, go to the beach.
Oh my goodness. Woodlawn. Wasn't it Woodlawn Beach?
It was Woodlawn Beach, yeah. We always had that one person that got a car, you know, so everybody piled up in the car.
Right. Wait, did y'all sneak out by the gym? in high school.
Yeah.
That was us.
Yeah, because the parking lot was right there.
Right.
And it was the student side parking because the teacher side parking was on the other side. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
They done totally redid it now. They got like 6th grade in there now.
Oh,
it's
for
like
real?
6th to 12th. Yeah, they totally redid it. The new wing. You know what? I forget. Nia, if you're still in the chat, let us know because my godkids go to the school now. Yeah, it's totally different now. They got like even the kids even ride the bus together. All the kids ride the bus together.
With the high school kids too?
With the high school kids.
Oh,
High school
wow.
and the middle school kids ride the bus together. Yeah, and they can be like 6th grade. I don't know. 6 and 12, that's a lot. That's maturity level is a lot different. So them kids can be talking about things that, you know what I mean? It's just different now. But
it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause we had a whole, cause it was two different bus companies. Shout out to my man Footsy. Footsy, if you on, he used to ride the bus to pick me up. If I had a class that morning in Lackawanna High School, if I was going to BOCES, they usually, send a Baker Hall, you take a van to take me. But Footsy used to pick me up right there on McKinley Parkway in South Park, right near the corner. I had to walk down that long street of McKinley to get to my bus stop.
Oh, wait.
That was like an 8-minute walk.
Yeah, it is.
And it was snow outside. It was about 13 minutes walk.
Ooh,
yeah, and he used to
we
pick
were
me up
just
right
walking.
there.
That's where we walked the dog.
Yeah, she put it right here. What she say? The new wing and the 6th graders and 7th graders and the 8th graders. Okay.
Oh, so the new wing is for the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Okay. That's what I thought. Yeah. So they don't have them going up because I remember when I got to the high school, 7th and 8th was upstairs.
Okay.
And then like 11th and 12th was downstairs, and I feel like 9 and 10 was. Remember where the technology room was?
Yeah.
Right there when you come. Yeah, that's where everything was. But they got it all switched up now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't get to Lackawanna High School until I was fully going there. I believe I was in the middle of my freshman, middle of sophomore. At the end of the school year. Like around April or May, they let me go, and I was taking extra courses, and then going into the summer, and then that junior year, that's when I was there half a day at Lackawanna. I was at 2. I had to my homeroom Baker Hall School.
Really?
And I had to go there first period. Then then the Baker Hall staff used to drive me to get a class in Lackawanna High School. To drop me off, and then I had to go to the office, sign in, and all that, and then I go to my class. And after that, it was usually another class or lunch. I think it was lunch. I think, and then with the BOCES. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know how they did that. I know a few people who did the BOCES situation. BOCES still seemed to be a really great trade school for the kids. Yeah, I know my goddaughter goes to BOCES. Yeah, it's a really great, especially for kids who may not know what they want to do yet.
Right.
You can pick up a trade there, whether it's cosmetology or whatever, where you can at least be making money doing something while you're trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? That's a potential stream of income right there.
If you signed up for that program on your sophomore year, they let you try out everything.
Really?
Each semester, you want to try out cosmetology for a semester. Boom. The next semester, you can try out graphic design and production, or you can do auto body after that. And you can do that. Let you do a little bit of everything. So by the end of that year, you can have a decision what you want to do for the 2-year program. Yeah.
I wish I would have known about graphic design back then, like I know about it now. It's just one of those things. One of those. I wish I knew then what I know now.
You know what's funny about that situation though? When I went to BOCES for advertising design and production, and back then they only had like 2 or 3 computers.
Oh, you know what, bro? I
Yeah.
remember when we got the new computers, and now that you're talking about it, I forgot about that. Because
Yeah,
it was early.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
We didn't
It
even
was,
have many computers.
yeah, it wasn't consistent to really learn it. Like you really had to take that. If you took advertising design and production and that was your trade you wanted to take, you had to sign up with the 2 teachers. We had 2 teachers, Mr. Smith, Mr. Stilson, and I believe Mr. Smith was the original graphic part of the program. So you had to sign up with him and see if there's any room for you to take the course there. But then everybody in the class had a chance to, if you had an assignment, you can use those computers. You feel me?
Oh,
So that was just for the assignment, and you had to sign up for it because it was only like 2. I think it was like 1 computer the first year. Middle of that year, we ended up getting like 1 more, and then but on my senior year, we had like 8 of them. Like we had donated. I think the Buffalo Bills, Mark Kelso and Cornelius Bennett donated money to get computers for a bowl season. That's how we got the computers from the Buffalo Bills. They donated money to get the Macintosh computers in there. And we had like 8 of them in my senior year. So it was more, my senior year was more hands-on than it was in my junior year going to bowl season. So I learned more in my senior year about graphics, but that wasn't my baby in art. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
But I still took that extra course just to get my knowledge up. So if I did want to use it, because some things I do know about it now, I learned more from watching my wife using those programs, because that was her baby. That when she went to both seasons, that was her thing that she was doing, and she went to college for it. So that's how I started learning how to do certain things. That's how I know these programs now that we use now on on graphics and stuff like that I can do. It's like similar to the same. It's just a different name for them, different things. You know what I'm saying? You just got to know those things. You got to know just to know. You feel me? So
Facts.
yeah.
And so, you mentioned the computers. I took it for granted that computers have always been around for us, but that is so not the fact. Like there was a time when there was only 2 and 3 computers, if that, in a classroom or in the building for the students. Versus now, these kids got Apple Pads. What do you call them? iPads. All kids have iPads.
Yep. They got so many built-in programs in those computers now. Like we didn't even like the tablet that I want that I was looking at that I want to get. They got programs already in there to use as far as graphics. Since AI is in place now, you can use a lot of things that's already built into the tablet now. Like, and I seen that. I was going through Amazon, checking out stuff I want to get. And they got stuff already built in, apps already built into the computer that you can use. You know what I mean? If you want to do a resume, if you want to design a letterhead, basic stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Basic business cards, stuff like that. You know what I mean? See, we didn't have all that coming up. You know what I'm saying? You had to.
It was all manual.
You got to go in that computer. You got to do everything. You got to build. You got to build the sides and everything. It wasn't template or nothing.
Well, you had to know how to, and depending on what it was that you were doing, you had to know what the size, what the measurements had to look like.
Right.
I'm noticing more too that things are being done for us. You don't have to manually do it. But I will say this: it always helps to know how to manually do something.
Yeah, it does.
It always helps because like the internet is down.
Right.
What would happen if, you know what I mean? You have to know how to manually do things. Get on your phone and do it or something like that.
Yeah, right. Yep. Yeah, you got to go how to pull it up. You got to know how to, do things offline, because they got stuff already in the computer you can do offline. So if your internet is down, you can still work a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So you can have build your own template. So when the internet get back on, you can just upload it back up in there and it fit right in, and you can just keep moving. You know what I mean? So that's dope. So you is right. It's good to learn stuff from scratch. Yeah, we had to learn that stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think the first year we had that 1 computer and we had 2 by the end of the year. I had maybe 3 assignments that whole year to use that computer, because that wasn't my baby.
Yeah.
That's not what I signed up for. I like the airbrush. I like the photography. You know what I'm saying? I like the stuff like that. That was my strong point that I was working on when I went to school for art. And also cartooning too. You know what I mean? That's how I drew my logo with the Joker logo and all that. I'm into cartooning. So that was my strong points. going to both
Mhm.
for art. But like I said, like my man Sean, shout out my man Sean Zuminski, man. Good friend of mine. We went to Boise together. He went to Pittsburgh Institute, the same college my wife went to, and he graduated and got a job at Walt Disney. Been at Walt Disney for over 30 years now. He is the art director for Toy Story 4 and the new store Toy Story. So he's from Buffalo, yeah. So you know what I'm saying. And I still talk to him now and then, and he's working on a couple other Disney stuff too. But he worked for Disney for over 30 years. That's the only job he ever had after he graduated college. He never worked no other job. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow. Nia
yeah,
said, I went to BOCES. She went for child care worker. That's what she took up in BOCES. I can remember people leaving to go to BOCES for like child care, early
yeah,
childhood development, I believe
yes.
is what they called it. Cosmetology, especially. A lot of people went to that cosmetology course over there in BOCES.
Yeah, and a lot of them still around, man. Shout out,
Mm-hmm.
shout out. You know, my niece-in-law. You know what I'm saying? You know, she went to both seasons. She got her own salon on Elmwood, and she's doing amazing.
Oh, wow.
She does Kim Bagula's hair.
Okay.
Yeah, she does Kim Bagula's hair. She said she loves doing her hair because she get a good tip. I
I
thought
know
that's
that's
right.
right.
Like, she does Kimber Gould's hair. She does who else she does? She does the what they call it? A couple of people from that work for City Hall. That's one of the house of the mayor. She does a lot of their hair. She do a lot of people, a lot of corporate America out there in Buffalo. She does a lot of good people, and a lot of good people come up in there, and she got a nice little salon. It's off the chain. It's off the chain. You know, so I got to get
That's
put my little
what's
niece along on the show one day. You know, so 'cause she's nice with it.
up.
She's nice with it. You know what I'm saying? And shout out, Mikey. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my man Mikey that went to Lackawanna High School. He also went to with the Kamikaze. He off the chain doing hair. He did my daughter hair for graduation. So yeah, he's good too. Shout out to my man Mikey, man. He a beast with that, with the hair coloring and all that. And they all went to both seats for that. So they mastermind their craft, doing that. So that's dope. That's dope. You know, it's good to have those things on programs and stuff. 'Cause I know a lot of cities around the United States is taking away from them programs, and I think that's a conversation we need to be having because thank God that Buffalo is still
Agree.
have those programs for us. You know, these schools and stuff like that for trades, but a lot of these cities, you know, pushed away from it. Even in Pittsburgh, like Pittsburgh aren't student here in
Mm.
Pittsburgh no more. Like all these big tech classes and stuff is leaving, and these kids in Pittsburgh now, they don't have no trade schools or nothing. Like they got to leave here and go somewhere like Atlanta, or go to Arizona or San Diego. I know
Hmm.
them places have a lot of those trade schools you could take. You know what I'm saying, after you graduate high school. And that's kind of crazy. How you feel about that?
Yeah, I think that we need to bring more of that back. Now, I do understand this onset of AI and technology. Like, we really are in a race to try and either learn AI or adapt to using AI. So there's going to be some jobs that are just not going to be, they're going to leave and not come back because of that. But you're always going to need jobs with humans. It's just like I
Mhm.
said before, I've worked with technology since 1998. And
Mhm.
when the technology does not work, you still need a human to fix it. You know what I mean? So
Right, right.
we need more jobs to teach. And I think that can be a trade. Like, you don't, I think it's unfair to tell someone that they need to go to school for X unless you're going to be like a doctor or something like that, where you
Right.
really need lengthy, a lengthy schooling. I don't think it's fair to tell someone to become, something that they have to go to school for all of these years, because just get to the root, get to what they're going to
Mhm.
have to do. You know what
Right,
I
right,
mean?
right,
Do
right.
that. Bring some of these trade schools. I love that my youngest son went to a trade school, HVAC, because he knew he wanted to get in and get out and start working, start making money. In less
Mhm.
than 2 years, you can do that, but we need more of
Right.
that in the high school. Remember when I um a year or so before I started school, or maybe when I went to seventh grade at the high school,
Mm-hmm.
they still had that automobile mechanic.
Mm.
They still had
Okay.
that in the school, as
Wow.
well as they had. Remember, they even had driving in the school.
Mm-hmm.
All of these resources for the kids have been taken away, and I agree. I feel like we need to put them back in the schools.
Yeah, and I get it. I know the budget is messed up. I know a lot of the senators and the governors of the state a lot of them messed up the budget and stuff like that. I understand it's a money thing too. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to people like LeBron James, Shaq, the Buffalo Bills, a couple of the Buffalo Sabres back in the day. They fund and donated so much stuff to these school programs in Buffalo. Jim Kelly, you know what I'm saying, Thurman Thomas, Mark Maddox, who was my mentor at the time. They did for the Buffalo Bills. They did a lot for the kids. They was hands on. And shout out to Keon Coleman, the new wide receiver we just drafted. He's into stuff like that. And I know he had a
Okay.
conversation talking to the coaching staff. They asked him what he wanted to do on his off the field programs, and that's one thing he was talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? He want to know what's going on in Buffalo. He want to know what do the kids have, what the after school programs they got, what learning sources do they have after school or during school. Yeah, he's the only player
Mm.
that ever came to the Buffalo Bills in the past 13 seasons who actually came and asked those questions. And so shout out to Keon Coleman, man. You know what I'm saying? He really want to do some things. And back then, half of the Bills players, Bruce Smith, everybody was always doing something for the kids of a learning or some type of trade or trying to
Mm-hmm.
keep things running while they were still playing for the team. So shout out to the 90s of the Bills, man. Even Marvin Levy even did some things for the old folks homes and stuff like that. That's why we had a lot of good programs and old folks home programs for the elderly because of Marvin Levy. You know what I'm saying? Now this
Mm-hmm.
now this stuff is gone. Like what players is actually coming that's in the Sabres, the Bandits, the Bills, who's actually coming in and actually being involved into the city as far as education. I think Keon Coleman is going to open that door up again for a lot of players that do come to Buffalo and to continue that. And I hope that we can use some of that funding to keep these programs for the kids to get trades and you know what I'm saying, keep going. You know what I'm saying? Emerson High
Mm-hmm.
School. Emerson High School was a trade school. Like what happened?
It
What happened to
still
that?
is. My niece goes there. She's actually graduating
Hmm.
this month, and over. She's one of the ones going over to Villa Maria, which is great
Okay,
because I know they're trying to ramp up their program and bring more kids there. Yeah, Emerson is still that school. She went for
let's go.
yeah, like hospitality.
Hmm.
Can cook her butt off. Yes, she can.
Yeah, yep. Me and my cousin went there for
Mm-hmm.
that too. I know they took away a couple of things in that school. I know it was on the news like a couple years ago. They was saying that they trying to bring certain trades back in that school. They cooking is like their main thing. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying in there, but they wanted to bring back some other things. Some daycare, some care nursing program. They wanted to beef that up a little bit. I think they want to bring out of body more into out of body because the out of body was real good in that school back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember my dad used to go there to get an oil change for free.
What? See, I remember that. Yeah, see, that's one of the things BOCES did also. I can remember, I think we may have been in between insurance or something. I
Mhm.
don't really remember, but I remember taking my kids to the dental school there.
Yes, get your get,
Mm-hmm.
get your grill fixed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's dope. See,
Yep,
these
I
are
remember all of that.
that's the
And
stuff that they need to
Emerson,
have.
yeah. Emerson actually they have a restaurant. Like
Yeah,
these kids are
right.
really doing real life things. They are really interacting and doing the things that they would have to do on a job. They're doing over there
Mm.
at Emerson. So big shout out to them.
Yeah, that's dope. I'm glad because I know my cousin went there and he was telling me that a lot of them programs is leaving Emerson years ago, and he graduated. He's a hell of a chef. That's his baby. I know he do a lot. He got a cleaning business now, but man, he can throw down. He can throw down, man. You know what I'm saying? Go, Cuz can cook you on that grill. Come on now. Come on, had that meat falling off the bone. Understand
Listen,
me?
it come natural to some people, and some people it really come natural to them.
It's an art form. It's definitely an art form.
Right?
It is. It's definitely art form. Cooking is the art form. You know what I mean? It's like everybody can't be on that stove like that. I'm sorry. It ain't made for everybody.
Okay.
So those who think y'all can cook in front of that stove, and you know that's you, just be honest with yourself. Okay? Just be honest with yourself. Please. You know what I'm saying? Still let people know that you just a French fry and chicken nuggets girl. Understand me? You know what I'm saying? Don't go in there and try to make a macaroni and cheese. Don't try to go in there and make a homemade cake. Don't do it, baby girl. We love you still. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's okay to go there and get the cake already made for for dessert. We good with that. With a scoop of ice cream, we cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because some people, some people be trying. But
listen, you ain't lied. You ain't lied. Some people really be trying. Look, just because you can make some real good macaroni and cheese, that's your only good dish. That don't mean you can cook everything else good. Because some people swear up and down they can cook. I don't eat everybody's cooking, as if to say you can cook real well and everybody else cook bad. You know what I mean?
Right. That part. This is the morning show right here. It's your morning show over the MC. We got the Queen Black Green. You know what I'm saying? You can hear her, but you can't see her this morning. That's all right.
Give me a little bit, y'all. We gonna have this discussion. Give me about half an hour. I got to get it together.
Yes. You know, so you're on the road to do what it do. We got a good conversation to do in the next 30-35 minutes. But we're going to go to a video and play a couple bills. And we'll be right back here on the morning show with your boy, the Joker, the Overlook MC. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Let's see what we got going on here. Pay some bills.
Top of the morning. Hello, world. The champ is here. Yeah, you know, start my morning off with the Joker and Miss Arkansas, the comedian, live at Green Links Media. Yeah, 7 to 10 a.m. every morning of the weekday. Tap in, man. Get your day started the right way. Yeah. And when you see me, act like you know. Champ is here. Go on.
The Evening Rush Entertainment presents the Still in Love Tour, featuring Niquasia and Essence Official,
I'm gonna take my time with you, and what you like's what I'm gonna
Jay Relentless,
You holding me close, telling me don't let go. Is this life or am I dreaming?
with special guests Brianna,
can have a little bit of fun one time. This is a one night stand. They gon' happen ever again. You a real smooth.
Zy Hefner,
I'm feeling for your love and attention. We can fuck around or be best friends. My heart got broken, my lesson. What am I?
Zydaja,
I was crooked letter missing you, but I'm really
hosted by Ms. Grady Baby. Come out and enjoy amazing night of R&B.
This is why you're a broke musician. Everyone's always so mad. They're saying the music business doesn't want us to succeed. Well, right now, this is the best time to be an artist, but you are not making the best decisions. See, most musicians are sending to Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, which all pay a fraction of a penny when people listen to their music. Is that worth it? Imagine if you looked into the newspaper and it said, there's a job offer. We pay you fractions of a penny. Would anybody be excited for that? No. The problem is most artists don't have any offers. They just send people to Spotify. That's their offer. My offer is I could get paid a fraction of a penny. They haven't set up a page that shows how much that they charge for a show. They don't have their website, and they're not driving traffic to their website where people can actually buy their albums. They don't have any membership platforms where people can now subscribe to them for $5 a month. There's no way for anybody to spend more money with them, even if they wanted to. So for you as an artist, what you do with this information is first, you need to start off by creating offers. Perform at someone's birthday party. What does that cost? Put it on your website. What does an album cost? Put it on your website. How much does a custom song cost? Put it on your website. You have to have other options for people to buy something from you than to just go to Spotify and pay you a fraction of a penny.
I want your loving. I need your loving. Gotta have your loving. Cutie pie, don't you know you're my everything? I want your loving. I need your loving. Gotta have your loving. Cutie pie, don't you know you're my everything? Sitting here thinking about all the things that we've been through. I can really understand why we fight the way we do. Every time I close my eyes, I'm shamed by the things we've said. We act like there's no love at all by the games that we both play. Your loving. I need your loving. Yes, I do. Gotta have your loving. Baby, don't really try to know you're my everything. I want your loving. I need your loving. Gotta have your loving. Why don't you know you're my everything? My life just ain't the same without you. Taking trips in the whip all alone. Watching TV at the crib without you. Feeling like a dog without his bone. Girl, I'm miserable and hurt without you. Baby girl, can you feel my pain? I don't really wanna live without you. Wanna give you my last name. I want you. Say, girl, I love you. No matter what you say or do, I really wanna be with you. You like my fire. I just want to cover you, baby. That's all I really want to do. Yeah. Listen, I know things get rough, but I love you. Listen. I want your loving. I want your. I need your loving. I need you, yeah. Your loving. You're my everything. Yes, you are. Everything. Your loving. Your loving. Your loving. Cutie pie, yeah, you are. You know you're my everything. I want your. Don't wanna live without your love. I need your loving. Yeah. Gotta have your loving. Yeah. You know you're my everything. I want your loving. I need it, yeah. I need your loving. Gotta have your love. Your loving. Cutie pie. You know you're my everything. 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 Yes, you. Cutie pie, don't you know you're my everything? I want your loving. I need your loving. Gotta have your loving. Cutie pie, don't you know you're my everything? Here thinking about all the things that we've been through. I can really understand why we fight the way we do.
Shout out to the man D-Mont, man.
Every
D-Mont in
time
the
I
house.
close my eyes,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
ashamed by the things we've said. We act like there's no love at all by the games that we both play.
I need your love.
Yes, I do.
Your love. You're my everything. I want your love. I need your love. I gotta have your love. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, he showed out on that song right there, y'all. You know what I'm saying? No doubt right here on the morning show with your boy right here, the Joker the Overlook MC. Man, we'll get right into it right here for those who want to know more about contracts. I know a lot of people always come to me and asking me about contracts in the music industry and you know, what's the best contract. And I tell a lot of artists all the time, you got to know what you want. But before you know what you want, you got to know the music business first. So you can have an understanding, overstanding, and it ain't all about you. You know what I'm saying? It's all about them too. You know, got to make sure they get theirs, but make sure everything is fair for your behalf as an artist. So if you don't know that, unless you know a little about the music business, shout out to Miss Christy right here. She is a lawyer. She is an artist. She's an entertainment lawyer. You know what I'm saying? She helped out on a couple things that I've used her for. You know what I'm saying? And she also would pull up her website, and she'll definitely got so many services that she can help out artists, producers, songwriters, script writers, movie writers, all of that. So if you in that wave, yeah, she is in a place to be. So we'll get right into this conversation here about see if I can make this bigger here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can see that very good. You know what I'm saying? No doubt, no doubt. And we're going to get in a deep situation with her and about these new record deals are scary because of the AI, because of Spotify is with these bots and they paying people and all that. And so she's gonna break down some things and I'm gonna narrate through what she's talking about. So you know what I'm saying? So if she breaks it down, I'm gonna help you understand what she's talking about. Let's go. Let's get into it.
To the list of just the problems in general when you sign with a record label. It's a really long deal. It's a bad working relationship or no working relationship, and they shelve you. They're not actually working your project. The new way that record labels are doing deals is kind of scary. Now, the way that it's being sold is super attractive, and I am going to walk you through literally how this goes and how I have handled it. As you know, I'm a real music attorney. I've been doing this thing for almost 10 years, and so I've worked with major labels in negotiating these deals for my clients. And the way that this is sold looks a little bit like this. As you guys know, especially on this channel, we are all about music business education and making sure you understand that when it comes to just this desire of signing with record labels and doing the big deal and getting the big check and all the stuff, and then they'll make you big stars, that sometimes that's not the case.
Right.
It can really hamper and hurt your career, and it can really have like devastating effects. And we talk about those cases. Now, at the point that you come to me and you go, Crystal, I got a big deal from Universal and I need you to negotiate it. Always get an attorney. Like when it comes to negotiating, your really important contracts, really should be all the contracts, but you know what I'm saying?
And I think you should get an attorney in them areas. I've negotiated without an attorney a couple times. On the first deal that I had with Made Man Records with Sony. Because I knew a little bit about the business at the time, and really after I did the deal and then got an attorney after the fact of negotiating other things that wasn't on the contract. My lawyer Kevin, shout out to Kev out there in ATL. You know what I'm saying? A good attorney, and he was like, I did a pretty good job on my first one because it was really kind of easy because it was a really contract a little simple. It had some things. It had some little twists and turns in the contract that I didn't really, they won on that end, but I wasn't worrying about that. I was just worrying about the main thing that I had at the time. I don't remember what I signed at the time. That was years ago. But but I did a pretty good job. You know what I'm saying? Once you know the industry and you've been studying it for a while, you'll know exactly what you want. That's why it's so important to know what you want and know the music business. But some people just don't know. If you don't know that, you have to get an attorney, entertainment attorney, or they have industry attorneys too. Industry attorneys do everything. They do acting, they do music, down to like to the AI stuff. They got different types. But if you get an entertainment, a Pacific entertainment attorney like Miss Chrissy, she will break down everything to you and then figure out what you want. Because if you don't know, you'll sit down with her, she'll figure out which one. She'll ask you, do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want a percentage of your masters? Do you want your masters? Do you want a percentage of your publishing? Do you want all your publishing? She'll break everything down at you. Do you want to work on your own behalf prior to the contract? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And those questions is very important when you sign a deal. So you can continue making money and take care of your family, but at the same time, have the labels happy also.
The big contracts, you get an attorney who can be in your corner and get you the best deal because no one else is looking out for you. I don't care what anyone else says. That's why you hire an attorney. Setting that aside. So we come in, we negotiate the deal, we try to get you the best thing ever. I tell you all the terrible things that potentially could happen. You decide what you can live with and whether you want to take a deal or not, right? Now, what happens though when I come up to you and I say, because I'm not the attorney now, right? I'm a stranger. I approach you on Instagram because that's just how we introduce ourselves these days. Hey, Tony, I checked out your music. Your rock band is amazing. Like your voice, you're the lead singer. Like it's really, really next level. I think you are the next big thing. I can see you guys are posting on social media and you're doing shows. And, I'd love to jump on a call. So we jump on a call. Or we might even do a meeting in person. And I go, look, Tony, I have connections to get you signed to Universal. And I really think that, we can be doing merchandising and get you on these big tours and doing these collaborations because you know who else is on Universal? And I'm going to name off all your rock heroes who I can potentially get to a rock tour with, right? You're super excited at this point. Your ears have perked up. And even if I wasn't offering Universal, for anyone watching right now, if you were offered a deal from a record label, would you be excited? Would you be excited to get a deal? Would you be excited to potentially get a deal from Universal? The answer is probably yes. Now, some of you might be a little bit skeptical, right? Because maybe you've been watching this channel for a while, or you otherwise have just kind of educated yourself and you're like, you know what? Label deals are kind of, seemingly notoriously bad, and I kind of want to stay away from it and all that stuff. But back to our case study. All right, so, talking.
And I'm gonna say this: all deals is not bad deals. I know we speak DIY. And I know I speak that heavenly because I think that's the best way to go for a long-term artist that's actually wanting to get paid now. But if you want to build up a business and a brand and be into the machine, it takes time to get that money in hand. But all deals is not bad deals, especially if you know the business and you know what you want as an artist. That's the key thing that I tell people. Know what you want and know business. Study the business first, know the music business first. Then you'll know exactly what you want as an artist. You know what you can deal with. Me, I don't mind having the record label own half of my masters. I don't have no problem with that. My problem is to, on the contract is to let me get on my publishing, but you know what I'm saying? Be fair with me on the negotiation for publishing, because anybody that own half of your masters, you got to understand that if you got a song that's going to be on the movie and you're getting the publishing, that company could say no because they own half of the masters. So you got to be on one accord before that deal takes place. That's what people bump heads at. But if we can have a business relationship, and be like, listen, you know what I'm saying? Anything you want to do, you know what I'm saying? And then that got to be on the contract. We will let you do what you do, you know what I'm saying? But we still own half of the masters and you own 100% of your publishing. That's fine. Because they still get a piece of the check too because they own half of the masters. You know what I'm saying? And some companies could be a-holes and be like, no, you know what I'm saying? Being bitter because of the deal that you have, and you getting the upper hand on that part of the contract, and they might can get shady, and that, what I'm saying. So it's good to actually put those details in the contract, so and to tell them, verbally what you're going to do, and then the attorney will put it into the contract for you to sign. So if that thing come up, guess what? It can override, and then they can't take you to court because that was the agreement on the contract. So just give y'all a little example of how that part of the contract. And the contract's got more to it than that. That's just a part. You know what I'm saying? So
To Tony, and I go, no, I could totally get you signed with Universal. So what we're going to do is we're going to sign you to our label. We have a special deal with Universal to potentially get you signed, but you know what? It's really based on how you perform working with us. And, we're going at this like a partnership. So I'm going to treat you super respectfully. You're not just some little artist. I'm going to be like, no, we're like going into this as business partners. And so I go, based on my existing relationship with Universal, what we can do is you sign with me, and then we're able, let's say we can hit some certain metrics. Your numbers are here. We think we can get you to here, and we're going to get you more shows, and we're going to move certain merchandise. And so we talk about all these things that I think that our label can do for you. It's quite the sales pitch already, because I'm like, dude, I want to come in and I want to help you. And like, that's just music to our ears, right? Because most of us just want some help in general, let alone someone coming in to be like, not only am I going to help you, but the idea is to help you, and then I'm going to ascend you into Universal. So this is what these offers look like. And here's the thing. They're not always just from these labels, which might be, small independent labels. It actually is from distributors as well. What's become more commonplace over the last couple of years in particular are distributors doing deals like license deals. Because one of the things that we absolutely are like, about with record label deals is that the record label takes ownership of your music. It's a tough sell. It just always is going to not feel great because there's just, it's a gamble. You don't know if the label's going to do anything. It doesn't feel good, but that's the trade-off. You sign with a label, you give up ownership of your music, and they may or may not do something for you. But with distributors come in and they go, no, I'll distribute your music. I just take a, chunk of change from everything that you earn. But it's just a license. Now it's going to be a little bit of a long license, but nonetheless, at the end of the deal, you'll get your music back. You still own it. So regardless of who you're talking to, right, this still sounds really good, because even the distributors now are coming in, and, this happened with one of our artists. They were doing so well independently. They were getting lots of offers from not just labels, but also distributors. And distributors are like, hey, we'll sign the music 10 years. Now, it's not usually just 10 years upfront. Sometimes it is, but it might be like, hey, it's like 5 years with like a bunch of options and extensions and all that stuff. And they go on, we're giving you a signing bonus, right? That's always like something that feels so good. So back with Tony, label deal, we're going to do even 100,000.
That advance. See, you know what I'm saying? That sign-up bonus is the advance. That money is not yours. They see how the wordplay is, how they get you. You know what I'm saying? We'll give you a sign-up bonus. It's an advance. It's a loan. You got to pay that back. Whatever that contract say, whatever that percentage is. Some is 17% interest, some is 13% interest, some is 8% interest. You know what I mean? So it's like them the things you got to be careful on right there. You know what I'm saying? Because when they say signing bonus,
it's not even $1 million deal, right? Like, we'll give you an advance of $100,000. For Tony, like, that's a big number. That sounds so exciting. But Tony is a band. So that's something else you have to think about. Just be like, I'm signing these deals for the certain amount of money that's going to be split amongst 5 people. And just thinking about how that breaks down, the reality of what that means as far as if you broke that into like an annual salary. Because remember, you're usually just getting paid the one big chunk of change up front. And then they go, but you'll get some royalties on the back end, which doesn't really mean anything. Because remember, the labels, the distributors, they start acting like a bank. They don't just give you money for free. Tony might be great. You're not that great. And that's not
that part. Now that's the part where people get messed up at. I know so many artists right now that's still in debt with their labels. I know at least 20 artists across the world that I'm actually friends with who still paying off those debts. And they're working a 9 to 5 and they get garnished out their check. And they're not even in the music business no more. Interesting. let me say this too with labels. Labels gonna always do promotion. They're not gonna do marketing. And the one thing that's so funny to me is that me watching these documentaries, I watched a documentary of Kanye's documentary when he went to Def Jam and he was trying to get signed and all that. And I'm pretty sure everybody's seen that on Netflix of Kanye's documentary. And you notice that when he was in that room playing his cassette tapes, that's old school cassette tapes, and he was playing his music, that he was in the marketing room. That was kind of interesting to me. Because the person that knows the record companies, they don't do marketing. They just do promotion. Promotion means radio and TV. So I was like, why do they have a marketing department and they don't do marketing? They just do promotion and advertising. That's it. Marketing came in play when the internet came through, and that's what changed the game for indie artists, independent artists, unsigned artists, to where you can move in the different marketplaces that you want, and then you can play the role of the machine. And I know there's a lot of artists don't understand that part because they don't do that consistently because they don't realize what that is. They don't understand what that can do for you as an artist. So you know what I'm saying, as you move, and that's why I move a little different when I'm doing what I'm doing, like the song that me and Bars had, which is doing amazing right now because of marketing. And we know the marketplace, and we know how to feed to that marketplace that love that form style of music, boom bap, temporary hip hop. That's pretty much traditional hip hop they call it. You know what I'm saying? So we doing the traditional hip hop heads who love that sound. We're going to cater to them on the internet. That's marketing. You know what I'm saying? And then we're doing a promotion part of it because now we are feeding it to the DJs, and the DJs are putting it on internet radio. So now that's promotion. You know what I'm saying? So we're doing 1 and 2, and we're moving quarterly on a consistent basis every day, doing this on the internet. That's one thing that labels do not do. They don't know nothing about digital marketing. They don't know how to work social media. They don't know how to work IG. They might know how to work TikTok because that's form of promotion to me because of the videos and all that. So that thing record labels were strong in the area because they invested in a lot in music videos, MTV, BET, and all that, and the commercials and all that, and advertising. So that now TikTok, they might be good at TikTok. But as far as Facebook and Twitch, and, Twitter and all that, X, whatever name it is now, what I'm saying? They don't know how to run those things on a marketing campaign. They don't know how to do that. They don't know marketplaces. They know marketplaces are the people that watch TV. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And that's promotion. So let me make that real clear. So that was kind of interesting to make me to say that because of seeing that show, that documentary, Kanye, he was in the marketing department in 91, 92. You know what I'm saying? In the 90s. Like, wow. Like, so you got a marketing department, but y'all not really doing marketing. So it's kind of weird. But okay, keep going, Chris.
How they do, they do these deals. And so $100,000, it's a loan. We pay ourselves back from the royalties and we get paid back first. Now, here's the thing. I'm coming in with label services, including if I'm actually the distributor. And I'm going to make sure that we're doing your marketing and your PR and we're buying on to shows and all this great stuff. But again, all the money that these companies are paying on your behalf is loaned, and pursuant to the agreement that you signed, they recoup from monies that come in from the royalties. And they're like, once we recoup, then you get your percentage. And sometimes that just never happens, right? Because you go along and then there's new expenses. There's a new album, there's new production fees, there's new distribution and all this stuff. Become your own record label, which is literally, if you're like, hey, I want to start a record label. Cool, I got you. Understand the entire music business. I want to set up my LLC. I want to do the marketing. It's a lot. So for example, sync licensing, for example, music marketing, it's significantly cheaper than anything you would ever get from a law firm as far as all the stuff that comes with it. And you want to make...
Yeah, that's the website right there. You know what I'm saying? And she give you all the tools and the things you need to know. And if you need her for any assistance for a lawyer, the website is right there topmusicattorney.com. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to hit her up and see what she can do for you. Because in certain cases, then she know that you can win on certain things. She'll probably do it for free. Most of the time, she will. Depends what you're doing. But if you want somebody to sign a contract or something like that to look over, then it's price value to it. And then she'll give you that price value on the website. So that's dope.
Bro, do you recommend
You want to do this for
them
real?
getting a lawyer right away?
Like I said, if you don't know the music business, yes. If you don't know nothing what you're doing, yes, get an attorney right away.
Yeah, that's what I
Right
was
away. Yeah, right away. A lot of artists don't do that. A lot of artists figure it out. They trying to figure it out. And okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm old school in the game because me learning. I learned from reading books back in the day, going to that library downtown Buffalo, getting like 4 or 5 books, sitting there in the one table by myself, looking at books and taking notes down and knowing what publishing is, what is this, what's licensing, what's copyright, what's patent, what's this, what's that. You know what I'm saying? How to get advertising, how much advertising costs, so how to create a marketplace, how to develop a marketplace, how to know the marketplace, like everything. I was reading books. You know what I'm saying? Now, since we have the internet, it's a little bit easier. And now it's digital marketing to where artists had the upper hand for years and didn't even know it because the fact is they're not educated. So that's why a lot of the artists back in the 2000s, like the Soulja Boys and the Lady Gagas and the, you know what I'm saying, and the Nellies and the 50 Cents and artists like that in the beginning of the 2000s, Ludacris's, they actually knew digital marketing. That's how Soulja Boy killed it in the social media game because him and his team took advantage of the digital marketing that labels wasn't doing. That labels still not doing today. Really, they're trying. Independent labels are doing it now because they know the internet world. They know the social media world. You know what I'm saying? And independent labels is doing that, but majors, they still not doing it to this day. They still, what I'm saying? They don't have a clue. You know what I mean? And they wondering how these artists is developing so fast and going to level because they actually know their audience and they talk like right now with me and Bars Ringer right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had a couple people hit me up in the inbox like, that work for record labels or work behind the A&R, and I'm like, yo, how is you doing this and that and that? And I said, this is digital marketing. That who you know what I'm saying? I asked the question who you are, and they were saying I work for so and so and so. I said, because your company don't do marketing, do promotion. Y'all have the bag to put it on radio. They have the bag to put it on MTV, BET, VH1, and all these big platforms that's on TV with these apps and stuff, and they're taking advantage of that, and they can do that.
I was watching Don Lemon. Don Lemon was a CNN commentator for many years, one of the only black ones there, and he was saying that that's one of the things, and I think we spoke about it last week or the week prior, that's one of the things that mainstream is missing. Right here, what we're doing right now, this digital that what you were talking about, is really where it's at. I think the advantage that independent artists and even podcasters have is that we grew up, like we're growing up in this. We're not mainstream, so it gives us kind of an advantage.
Yeah, give you a big advantage. Like we actually going straight to the people instead of the people coming to us. So we give opportunity to go straight to the people. The people can grab it, they can see it. If it grabs their attention, they're gonna snatch onto it. But in the mainstream, they'll throw it in your face. Like you could be watching a program on TV, and guess what? Commercial come up. They'll throw it at you. You know what I mean? One thing about being independent, being podcast or internet radio, is you're marketing that to show people what you can do, and then you're gonna reach the audience who love what you do. That's what once you get that audience, that makes us stronger than mainstream because we already have an audience. We built our audience different, but now y'all continue just shoving food in people's mouths and they're not hungry. Like, you know what I mean? Forcing them to eat something that you don't even know if they like it yet. You don't even know if it tastes good. You don't even know if it smells good to them yet. They're gonna keep on throwing it. That's mainstream. You know, that's the best way for me to explain the difference. You know what I mean? But when you actually building and marketing and doing these ads on a digital platform like Soldier Boy did. Soldier Boy knew his market. He knew what he was going to do. His father and his team knew what they wanted to do, and it worked. They went straight for the kids. They went straight to, you know what I'm saying, to the schools, and and at that time it was more kids on MySpace than adults. So they knew to reach that crowd by using these little things they call bots. They had bots back then, paying those advertisers to do that, and blew up. He was the first to do it. And he talks about it all the time. Yes, he was the first to do it. Nobody could take that from Soldier Boy.
And he's still making waves. Like, he is going to go down in history, regardless of what he. I mean, he came into this game young. I'm sure he didn't have people around him that even knew to protect him, or that he even needed protection. So regardless of of his personal life, you still can't take away what he did for the culture. Even now, even still now. You know what I mean?
That's facts. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely still doing it now. He's still knowing his way. He know his audience. Even if you're not, even though you're not in his engagement lane, you know what I'm saying? He the people that's in that lane knows everything he's doing. That's a super duper fan, because he did built this from scratch from the age 14 to 15 years old by knowing his father and his team, knowing Facebook or knowing MySpace at the time. He took advantage and told his father and his team, like, listen, we got this. You know, what can we do to enhance this? And then his father went to New York City, went to the advertising agency, who was connected to the up and coming Facebook at the time, where they did that big deal. Those who watched the Social Network, the movie, how Zuckerberg put together Facebook, what happened? Them advertiser big companies, them big billion-dollar companies, cut him a check. You know what I'm saying, for the advertising. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Soldier Boy and his dad went back door and did the same exact thing for MySpace. You know what I'm saying? And I hope he put it in his movie, because you know they got Soldier Boy is doing a biopic. So I hope he put that in the movie.
Really?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's doing a biopic. It's in production. And it's like I hope he put it in the movie of how he did that. How his dad went to New York, went to Trump Tower, went to go talk to the people that did the advertising, went in and said, listen, this is what we want to do, and his father took all that money from his 401k and savings and invested in that, because he knew that his son knew the social media and he knew it was going to work. Look what happened.
I would love to see a biopic. It's still a dance. What?
It had the whole world doing videos.
The whole world.
It went viral in 24 hours after he got that advertising deal for social media.
Yeah, and he's still, even in the tech industry, Soldier Boy's still doing this thing.
Yeah.
He's a good example, a great example of having multiple streams of income and why it's needed. Because on the music side, he's not, as popular as he was, but people still know his name. But he's doing other things,
Yeah,
just like Ray J.
Yeah, he got, you know what I'm saying? He got to do what he can get him. And he's also behind. I didn't know he was behind the endorsement liquor of Future. Future new liquor. What is it called? Belvedere? Name of the liquor. That's owned by
Future behind Belvedere Vodka.
Belvedere Vodka, the new Belvedere Vodka with Future, but Soldier Boy is the investor.
Belvedere is one of the smooth. If it's the one that I'm thinking about, Belvedere and Grey Goose are two of the best vodkas I've ever had. Smooth.
Yeah.
That Belvedere is smooth.
It's called Belvedere something. You gotta look it up. It's
okay.
It's a Future vodka. I mean, it's called Belvedere with another name that represents his brand. And then, but Soulja Boy just helped invest into. I think he invested something like $2 million or something like that, and the rest of his Future. and no, so he's behind the scenes with getting that behind the scenes bread. That sleeping that money that you get up when you wake up. You wake up with you know what I'm saying, with 100 million in your account overnight. Understand me? He know Soldier know what you doing. You know, and the soldier like to stay behind the scenes of things. You know what I'm saying? But you go down that rabbit hole, you'll see his government name in there, and that he's one of the investors. It's like 7 investors, I believe, behind that lecture. He's one of them.
Wow, yeah, Belvedere
Yeah.
10. I did not know that he I can honestly say Belvedere is definitely a smooth vodka. Before I started supporting Diddy with the Ciroc, that's what I like, either the Belvedere or the Grey Goose. My
Yeah,
sister
Grey
got me
Goose my favorite.
those.
Yes.
Man, that Grey Goose and Belvedere is what?
You know what I'm saying? And it did, and plus, Future about to do a tequila, but I don't know if Soldier going to invest in that. I believe he got T-Pain that want to invest in that with him, but yeah. So you know, people's getting to that waves, but see, the thing about Soldier is that really excites me about Soldier Boy is the thing that he did when he was younger, with putting his dad on, is like he was in that marketplace and he knew what he was talking about. You know what I mean? At adults, we didn't know. Like even back then, I was still learning about the technology and social media. Then I didn't know, but I knew it was something special about MySpace and what you can do. And I was still trying to figure it out. But then when Soldier did it, Lady Gaga did it, Justin Bieber did it. Like all these people took advantage of the marketplace of social media. The labels wasn't doing that. The labels were still trying to figure out how are we gonna deal with Napster with these MP3s. That's what they was worrying about. They see why they was being distracted. That's what happened. Being distracted. Yeah, people like the Soldier Boys, Lady Gaga's, the Justin Biebers. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Diddy on this too. You know, despite of what's going on in the situation, Diddy even knew to get in when he fit in when he was making a band. He followed the wave. That's why he met with people like Justin Bieber, not just a party. He's just doing business first. Don't be hating on Diddy now on that part. He knew what he was doing when he was with Usher. You know what I'm saying? And figuring out how to get in that marketplace. That's how Day 26 and Daddy Kane and Making a Band got so popular because of social media. He figured it out. And he was the only label that was in that marketplace at that time. So that's why Diddy in the 2000s was still blowing up, because he took Cassie's music and did the same thing. Did the same exact thing as Soulja Boy. You know what I'm saying? That was the only label that was doing that at the time. You know what I mean? So what did that tell you when it comes to the marketing and promotion? So that's why that's why I had to separate that and tell y'all the difference of what labels can do and what you can do as an artist when you're trying to get signed. But let me let Chrissy finish the one little piece. Then we're going to take a break, and then we'll come right back to the next segment of the morning show.
I'm going to give you what you need. Here's what this looks like. I'm talking to Tony. I didn't give Tony that big speech because right now I just led with the dream outcome here, which is I want to sign your rock band. You're super great. You've been doing this for a while. We're going to give you a signing bonus. We'll help you with your music videos. We'll make, legitimately, we're going to make some opportunities for you. And if we do this well and knock it out of the park, we're going to ascend you up into Universal. The plus side of all of this is that, you have distributors and labels that come in and they're going to, work. They're going to work to develop newer talent, smaller acts, that kind of thing. And that's great, right? So we don't have to wait till we're big stars. Because then at that point, my pitch is always if you're doing this for yourself and you're selling and you're building and all stuff, why do you need someone else? Why are you giving up ownership to anything? Anyway, so, you have a smaller label or distributor that comes in and they go, we're going to help with development, exposure, and then we're going to option to upstream you. I use the word ascension, but to upstream you into the major label. And you're telling me that if I made that offer to you, Tony, that you're not super excited about this. And you're like, heck yes. So what could possibly go wrong? Here are some things you need to think about. One of which would be that
this part right here, you got to know what can go wrong. That's the part that people forget when you sign the contract. We know what's going to happen when things go good. That's easy. But what happens when things go wrong? Pay attention, take notes.
Let's say it's for the same contract period. So Tony signs, and let's say it is a label deal. Smaller label owns the music, and then May upstream Tony's band into Universal if Tony's band does really well. Well, that means you're now potentially being pushed into a whole new situation. And maybe you signed because you're like talking to me and I super believe in your band, right? So like this is always the issue with like the A&R rep. At the time, I was the one that was pushing, I was trying to get the stuff going and all that. And now you're like pushed up into a huge pool of a ton of different bands that are just like you, and you stop getting the attention. So there's always kind of a risk that you're now going to be a small fish in a very big pond, and that you additionally are going to lose some of the benefits or, you know, creative control if you had more of that with the first label or the distributor. But what they're doing, especially with the distributors, is that, you know, it's kind of smart. If a distributor has been distributing your music for a while, they have all the data. They know how much money your music has been making, how stable it is, right? So over time, has, you know, Tony's band continued to increase? Are they at least like this? Like all this stuff is really helpful for, you know, Universals to then come in and be like, okay, yeah, it makes sense because they're pretty stable. I see they're kind of, you know, whatever. And so that's why these upstream deals work really well, particularly with distributors. But, you know, as far as just like financial terms, one of our issues that I always take is I'm like, remember that when I'm like, hey, it's a 10-year deal, whether it's a distribution deal, whether it's a label deal, they lock you in up front. They do that because they're smart business people. And they go, we're going to lock you in for this certain amount of time, for, you know, this amount of money on additional albums. It's going to be this amount of money. Like, so that if for some reason you do blow up and you're the next, you know, awesome rock band out there, you can't come back and be like, I changed my mind. You're actually way underpaying me for where I'm at now, 3 years later. And so part of what we do to make sure that you are set up to not run into that problem is to do things like to negotiate down the term. We want it as short as possible. We want to be able to come back and renegotiate the stuff because you will become a big rock star. But, you know, again, you've now been ascended in.
And I think that's what a lot of artists make mistake when they sign some big long-term deals. And thank God that my contracts I had was only like a 2-year deal. Both contracts I had when I was with Sony, Made Man Sony, and then we transitioned from Made Man to Universal. But the thing with my deal was different. Sony and Universal was distribution through Made Man Records. So my deal was different. Mine was more face-to-face with Made Man than Sony and Universal, which was a little more difficult. I was feeling the business part kind of understandable and more easier with Sony than Universal. At one time, Sony wanted to sign Fo, the artist that by the lead rapper of the group that I was in, and they really wanted to by me talking to him as being his manager, and but at the same time they were still loving the brand that I have as an artist side of it, even though I wasn't doing too much music at that time when I was more on the business side. They were still loving the brand of and the sound that I was bringing on the songs I was on the project of the 85 South Click. And, you know, and they was loving how I was organized and how I was building, what can I say? How can I say it? Maybe a solid brand or artistry of the music of Fo and myself, and then we sounded good because they really wanted me and him to do a project, but they also wanted him to be a solo artist. You know, they really wanted A Tweezy, who was the female of the group. They wanted her to get better to what she was more on the writing and more on the creativity side, and all that was her weak point. But she was very talented though. But then down the line, she learned more about the business. Now she's a promoter now. Shout out to A Tweezy out there in South Carolina, ATL, doing her thing. And now she's learned, but they wanted her to develop an art development part of the deal of the situation. And I wasn't ready for that part. I really wanted to focus on Fo. Go ahead and sign him. I'll be the management. We'll build from there. You know what I'm saying? That's what I wanted to do. But then when the distribution was expired from Made Man to Sony, then they had to transition everything. Transition everything to Universal. And I wasn't really happy how Universal did certain things that I didn't like, but they had to Made Man had to kick me away from the whole situation. You know what I mean? So they made a way to push me to the side and work with Foe themselves, and then Foe agreed. So I pretty much got fired as manager. So you know what I'm saying? And that was a different type of experience, I could say, at that time, because I knew what my artist wanted. They was giving him a wish sandwich. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And look what happened. He ended up going to an independent label, and he was doing pretty good with that. But then he was still struggling, business wise. Music wise, he was excellent. Business wise, he was struggling, and it got worse, and it got real bad. But that's the difference between having somebody that know the knowledge of what you're doing, and it makes it more a little easier to develop and easy to move forward than learning and develop at the same time doing business. That's tough. And I the Foe, it wasn't a failure for Foe, it was just a struggle. And then he had to get right back into his independent bag, and then he did his thing, and now he's like a mentor now, and he's a family man now, and all that. But I'm saying that could have really took his career to a whole nother level if he would have stayed to the plan A that we had going on. Because the fact is, they needed us. We didn't really need them at that time. You know what I'm saying? Only thing we needed from them was TV, radio. Which that was the main thing. They knew that. But I was figuring out other ways then of what we can do. And it's just, it just didn't, the glove didn't fit at the time. So glove don't fit, you must have quit, right? You know what I mean? So you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much. Well, we're gonna take a break and we come back and we're gonna come back and we're gonna share another screen. We'll get back another segment, man. Anybody got any questions? Put them in the comments. We got your mental health between 1 to 10. Please share this. If you on the Green Links Media YouTube side, please subscribe, like, share. And please, if you already subscribed, please click like, because it helps the algorithm know that you love what we got going on. And they can go ahead and send it to 100 more people like yourself, and make it do what it do. That's how you can support. And we appreciate y'all each and every morning on the morning show. You know what I'm saying? Right here, yes, on the morning show. We're gonna go ahead and give y'all a little taste of a music video. You know what I'm saying? Of that little sample of me and Bars Bingo video coming soon. We're gonna give y'all a little snippet of that. Y'all tell me how y'all like it. All right? No doubt.
They really feel me, I ain't keeping in touch. When they down low, hating, don't be peeping it much.
That's why I'm on the low when I'm getting this dough. Just like Uncle Luke when they peeping the show.
Even the roads and concrete be forced to grow. That ground you be under if you forced to low.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6 be slick just like CeeLo. Chest so big to grind like Rambo.
First blood spill, tension is built. Every sentence, every bar, every mention is killed.
I'm comfortable, you sipping on Bacardi. You lying in your rhymes, I'm lying like Ed Hardy.
Bugatti skirt, 0 to 60. If I stop to think or blink, you might miss me.
Mach 10 to win, smile just grin. Blessing my mess, somehow I still sin. Crooks off the book, you shook like vibrators. You're driving around.
Yeah, little snippet right there, man. Make sure y'all go to the website, get that single dropping Monday. This single dropping Monday, only on the website, man. They gonna be on the DSP. You ain't gonna get on Spotify, Apple Music, and none of that. You know what I'm saying? You can go right there to raisethebarent.com. And we also have an AI assistant. You guys, any questions about any of us, our AI lady on our site will tell you anything you want to know about us, to let you know when are we coming on tour, when the merch coming out. You can ask her any question you want on the website. Go to the website, go ahead and talk to our AI assistant. You know what I'm saying? Young black queen on there doing what it do. You know what I'm saying? Remind me of Sarah from BET. She definitely on our site. The website is upgrading crazy. Go raisethebarent.com, man. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. You know what I mean? How you like that little snippet?
I like that. I really enjoyed that. I'm enjoying more and more of those, because it's, even if you're not an artist, I always get something out of it. I can relate it to what I'm doing here. Grand Rising Band Fam, and Grand Rising to everybody. I'm out and about. Just stopped at a really great coffee place my daughter took me to, Severn Brew. This is some really good coffee.
Yeah, I know that's
You
right.
ever had some really, really good coffee? Like, as soon as you taste it, it's like, that's really good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really good.
That's one thing I didn't have this morning. I didn't have my coffee this morning, but I'm all right though.
Ooh,
I'm all
bro.
good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the AI videos is doing amazing. Bar's doing an amazing job with the website, with the videos. The website is crazy. Website's crazy. When I went to that yesterday, he told me to go, oh, ask our AI lady about yourself. And I asked about 10 questions. She knew all about me. She knew how many kids I had, when I was born,
Ooh,
about my
wait.
life story, being homeless.
Listen,
Man, everything about the new single dropping from Monday and the album that I ain't even that I put it up.
major.
I put it up on Facebook, but I didn't even let Boss know, and she knew about it because AI is all over. It's connected to everything that I'm doing on the internet or who I am, and she could pretty much tell us. She was like, he also working on an album for 2025 called Suicide Thoughts, and I just did the cover for it and posted up yesterday, and she knew about it. So that's crazy. It's
Well,
scary.
listen, it's about to be. What was the name? What was the name of that movie? Will Smith, the AI
I,
movie. Was it
yeah,
AI?
it's called iRobot.
Listen. We 5 years from now, you're
Yeah,
going. Listen, it's about to happen. It's already happening, bro.
it's
We
already
see it.
happening.
We
Yeah,
see it.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just now making its way into, I guess, our realm
Hmm.
of things.
Yeah, and everybody was asking questions in the inbox about my album I'm working on. They said, no, don't let that be your last album. I definitely announced that the Joke Overlook FC Suicide Thoughts Mental Health Edition album will be my last project, and after this, I'm done with music. So I'm gonna be going on doing my comic book. I'm gonna be doing some other things, writing a book. I'm process doing a movie. I'm gonna do other things that I want to do, podcast, radio and bring some other artists up. Man, it's time for me to what I'm saying, bring some other artists up, help them go to the next level. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I look at you and I think what God is doing in your life, and even through the struggles, bro. Like we
Mhm.
are going through some things, but I just cannot wait to see because you put so much into what it is that you do, not just the
Yeah.
music, but how you are with us. You know
Yes. Yes, no
how you
doubt.
are with all of us, teaching all of us. I can't
Hmm.
wait to see what the Most High has in store for you because
Yes.
He ain't done. He ain't done with you yet,
You
bro.
ain't done with me yet. It's a struggle right now. I'm lifing, but
Ugh.
I'm still I'm still hanging in there. You know
It,
what I'm saying?
he like you want it,
Yeah.
then I want to
Yeah.
see how bad you really want it.
Yeah. Definitely. So if somebody asked me in the comment, why did I name it my last album, Suicide Thoughts? Because that's always been a problem with me in my mind and my mental all my life. So I want to reach the people out there that has suicide thoughts that's still living, and I can save some lives off this album. So
You and Rachel J need to get together. Both of you
yeah,
have my sister and my brother. I'll say both of you have in your the work that you're working on right now.
yeah.
That word, the suicide.
Mm,
It's called passing the torch. That's what he's doing, Bam Fam. That's
yeah.
exactly what he's doing. He's passing the torch.
Yes, yes, yes,
Just
definitely.
think about you got to see Prince Bam Fam when he had the braids and stuff, a little
Yeah,
boy, and now
yeah,
look at him.
yeah,
Man,
yeah. Maybe a
that just
little
made the
man.
hair stand up on my neck.
Yeah, with his Timberlands on. Yeah, yeah. He had Timbos on. You know what I'm saying? He had dressed up. He had a little gold on his neck, a little, you know what I'm saying? Like daddy. Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? He was little, he was swagged out. I think he was the swaggest kid in kindergarten, I believe.
I can imagine all the little girls chasing after him.
Shout out to Prince Killer. You know
I
what I'm
can
saying? My
imagine.
nephew doing this thing and all that. So yeah, appreciate everybody loving that little video clip of Brooklyn. And I got to give a special shout out. Blew my mind yesterday that I'm getting requests and stuff, people and all that, but I had a special request from a certain person that I'm starstruck from it. You know what I mean? Because I've been seeing this DJ for years. I love his work. I love his entertainment on the turntables. And he inboxed me personally and said, I need my copy of that song, Buffalo to Brooklyn. DJ Scratch EPMD official DJ hit me up, and now he has a copy of the song. And he said he's loving it. He said he heard it in Brooklyn at a couple spots and people was playing it, and he reached out to me personally. And he's good. He knows the Even Rush Network and all that's going on and all that. So salute to DJ Scratch from EPMD who hit me up to get a copy of Buffalo to Brooklyn track, which is going viral. I can't believe it. I'm humble to say that I didn't think it was going to do it like this. I just want to do music and be happy and all that. But this thing went to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? And we're going to go ahead and play the whole joint. You know what I'm saying? Right here, let's go.
They really feel me, I ain't keeping in touch. When they down low, hating, don't be peeping in much.
That's why I'm on the low when I'm getting this dough. Just like Uncle Luke when they peeping the show.
Even the roads and concrete be forced to grow. That ground you be under if you forced to low.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6 be slick just like CeeLo. Chest so big to grind like Rambo.
First blood is spilled, tension is built. Every sentence, every bar, every mention is killed.
I got comfortable, you sipping on Bacardi. You lying in your rhymes, I'm lying like Ed Hardy.
Bugatti skirt, 0 to 60. If I stop to think or blink, you might miss me.
Mach 10 to win, smile just grin. Blessing my mess, somehow I still sin. Crooks off the book, you shook like vibrators. You driving a ride, we hot like radiators.
Yeah. Kill gators, kill haters, snipe shit. Dutch clear, nothing left but night.
Gang shots, 5 hits, real quick. Changed up the ski mask and outfit.
Night dog, we lit, Edison. Sit the yak while Joker smoke the medicine.
That's why they call me the high joke. You like the match without no smoke.
Mike Jordan, game 6, I won't choke. They complain about you, but won't vote.
This the realest shit that I wrote. You cats not hard, you soft like egg yolk, Paul.
Cause, give me a round of applause. Don't come around here unless you come with bars.
White tee in a Pills City. Bouncing right back. Bouncing right back. Bouncing right back. Bouncing right back.
Brooklyn. Man, shout out to all the Brooklyn DJs, man. They loving it, man. Shout out to DJ Scratch from EPMD, official DJ. And he also the official DJ for the Versus. You know what I mean? If y'all remember the Versus, he was the original DJ for Versus and MC. You know what I'm saying? DJ Scratch. DJ him hitting me up. He got a copy of the joint. Now he's going to do what he do with it. And hope he do a TikTok video with it or something. I think that would be fire.
It's out there for us to do TikTok today or Monday.
It's all on TikTok right now.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been on TikTok since the 3rd. Yeah, it's been on TikTok since the 3rd. But you can download it off the website on Monday. You know what I'm saying? Really Sunday night, midnight going into Monday. You know what I'm saying? You can definitely go ahead and download it right on Raise the Bar Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get that. I know a lot of people can't wait for it to come through. They want their own little copy. And every time you play it, we get paid. So that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you're getting played, somebody's getting paid. Why not could it be us, right?
That part. Okay.
yeah, no doubt. We'll go ahead and take a break. We back, and we got an amazing segment we're going to talk about. You know what I'm saying? All you single ladies, black men need to tune in. I think we just need to be talked about, this conversation here. And And yeah, come on back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna go ahead and see, can we find maybe a video that represent what we're talking about, because I think it's important. You know what I'm saying? To do what it do. And I think we got to understand, understand us as black men. You know what I'm saying? And also things have changed for our black women too, man, because of life and things going on and mental health and the way things is and I get it, but you know we need to get back to the wisdom of being a black woman and the wisdom of being a black man. Because what's happening is us black men we ain't gonna wait around too long. We gonna keep on moving in life and moving forward, even if it is marrying an Indian woman or African woman or Italian woman or whatever it may be. But
It
you know what
don't
I'm saying?
matter.
Yeah, you know, man, we moving on to life, and that's why a lot of black women don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, and this is fit perfect right here. Shout out to the Divine and Debonair family, and you know what I'm saying, and shout out to I believe it's her. I believe it's her. I don't know if it's her sister that's nominated for dancing, for the dancing joint for the 716 Music Award. But yeah, definitely. Here's her video right here, and it says it's a fit. Loner. Yes, let's go.
Baby, come and let me know why you wanna go. Why you always wanna call my phone, talking about some problems that we had a long time ago. You make it seem like I'm causing you destruction, like it's a case of detrimental dysfunction. Like where you going? Why won't you answer your phone, baby? I chase my bags alone. See, I don't want no issues, baby, cause I've seen it all before. You make up your promises and throw them on the floor. So, to my next lover, don't hope you get your hopes up, cause baby, I'm a loner. Yeah, baby, I'm a long lost and loner. Long lost and loner. Long lost and loner. Yeah, baby, I'm a long lost and loner. Long lost and loner. Long lost and loner. It's been a couple months since we last spoke. It's kind of funny cause what we had was all for jokes. How you gonna say you love me, but I've been chasing girlies that ain't got nothing on me. See, baby, you're a player. You changed my mentality. Had to change the way I view my reality. Go ahead and say you wanna, but she can't do it better. Say hello to your mother, cause baby, I'm a long lost and loner. Long lost and loner. Long lost and loner. Yeah, baby, I'm a long lost and loner. Long lost and loner. Long lost and loner. Yeah, boy, you lie. Yeah, boy, you lie. You switched up your ways. You did it, you tried. Yeah, boy, you played. Yeah, you played. You switched up the game. You changed all your ways. The feelings ain't the same now. Feelings are done.
Yeah. We're gonna get right into this conversation right here. Shout out to to the podcaster, man, Do Better podcast. He's gonna be narrating what's going on in this situation right here too, and I'm gonna help out also. But you got to pay attention to what us black men want, and I think, even if even the black men that have their head got some loose screws in it, still is in the way that we still would like to get support and understand and understand that we need, but also it works both ways. So but I've noticed more black men is supporting more of the women's side, even if you're not dating. I see more of black men helping out and being friends and building and all that more than anything that is in the 90s, and I think that's dope. And I'm saying I'm gonna give flowers in that area right there, because I know back then a lot of us we didn't understand, number one, and number two is it was a different way, because we had mama and grandma was still living. You know what I'm saying? And the great aunties were still living. So we had that support system. Everybody had that support system. So it's different now. This new generation, young grandmas and all that. I think things is transitioning a little bit, and I think it's different,
bro. It's different.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Real different. So this gonna put us right back into we need to be. Shout out to Smart, man. I've been following Smart for years. He's been on a lot of podcasts. He's been on a lot of people's platforms. You know what I'm saying? He's very educated, smart brother. That's why his name's Smart. You know what I'm saying? And I believe I think he has a master's degree in communication, I believe. But he's always been speaking highly outspoken on what a black man, a black woman need to be, and he walks his walk too. That's what I like about him. He walks his walk and talk his talk. He practices what he preaches. So shout out to him, and he practices what he teaches, like myself. So shout out to Smart. But we're gonna go ahead and get into this and open up for discussion. You know what I'm saying? No doubt.
Do you feel as if the men, all men, I'm not even going to give it to black and white, but
if you really want to be a CEO, want to be an entrepreneur, you should take the first step.
Get right
create
to
the
it, y'all.
LLC. It doesn't really cost that much to create a company.
black and white. But let's just now.
Let's talk black men. I don't. For me, like even with my tour, what I'm doing, right? Like by this time next year, I'm giving out reparations. I'm doing a lot in my community, right? And for black people. I don't care, but I'm talking about black people. My whole message point is for us. Now, when you talk about slavery, right? We talk about systemic racism. We talk about the Willie Lynch letter, right? We talk about, the black man is God, right? We talk about, the greatest soldier in a white.
And I'm gonna get it straight for him. He's a Nuwaubian brother too. I'm a Nuwaubian brother. I've been in the Nuwaubian lifestyle for over 20 years. So free Malachi Z. York, you know what I'm saying, and all that. The master teacher Pops, you know what I'm saying. But he's really solid in that area. His degrees is real strong. Like me, I'm a master teacher also in that area. And he's also is too. So you know what I'm saying, to give y'all a better understanding who he is, so how he's speaking. You know what I'm saying? He's he speak his truth. So let's go.
White man's army being the black woman, and the black woman being the pawn. And then they figured out early on through slavery that because they were killing us, right? But they figured out if we get the black woman, or we get the whole joint. Okay, so
you know why? Go ahead. I want you to explain why, because I think it needs.
But I get to that, but I want to finish the messaging point, right?
Well, she asked him, you know why, when he was in the middle of explaining it.
Keep it cohesive for myself. Might forget a lot of information here. So, what they did was they made the black woman hyper masculine, right? And they made you and me we're studs. We're gonna be in the field. We're handy, right? And I think, and I'm trying to kind of connect it all because he made a valid point, right? The government empowered black women to strategically move the position of power from the black man.
Remove the power from the black man.
Right?
Yeah.
So now the black woman in that instance becomes drunk off this power, and then she has a disdain for the black man, and then it becomes perpetuated over generations. So with slavery, what they did was they take us, they call it buck breaking, They do gangbangers, rape us, cut our balls off in front of the black woman. And then before they kill the black man, they'll make the black, after they did him dusty, they'll chain him up, right? Look, they'll chain him up, right? They'll
Embarrass
chain
him, yeah.
up, beat him within an inch of his life, and then unchain him, and then rape and do that to the woman. And then the woman is looking at the man like, come save me, but mentally he's dead. He doesn't even have no fight in him. So now she doesn't even have no respect for you. You fast forward to this generation, black women don't respect black men at all. And
tell me what y'all think.
And when you
Ooh,
understand
this is gonna
that,
be a great discussion.
and it's a lot, so I'm trying to make it like simple, right? Because a lot of people, they respond emotionally and not intellectually, and there's no empathy for black men. There's no sympathy for black men. There's no, you don't even love.
I've been feeling like this for 20 years.
Black men, you don't even know who we are. You don't give a about us. Pay my bills, eat my ass, and that's it. Okay. So it's important that black men understand what was done to us and why it was done to us. It's also important that black women understand their position in systematic racism and how they're being utilized to destroy their whole family and their whole community and whole generation. Okay.
Talk about it.
Okay. Now, a black man role is to be the protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer, and leader. I'm a man,
Producer.
It's a good
protector,
one.
provider, maintainer, sustainer.
Producer.
You have your opinion, I have
Look at her body language, y'all. Pay attention.
mine.
You're right. I'm just giving it. And
Yeah,
producer.
right. I got you. You have what you want to put in, right? And
Semantics.
so I'm saying protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer, right? Protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer. A woman's role is wisdom and balance. Okay. Now, the black man gets his provision. He gets his provision, right, from God. And what happens is there's a vibration. It's a lot. So I'm trying to make it simple, right? So how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things
Come
to
on
you.
now. That right there will break that right there is the whole podcast.
He broke it down because that's exactly what happens. A lot
Yeah.
of people don't believe that, but we do. We are who we believe we are. We are what we think. We are what we say. Those vibrational patterns. It's so much we can get into this. It's so much we can get in with
Yeah,
this.
yeah, we gonna continue real quick.
So when you're around an alpha and you're around and you in that frequency, right? If
Alpha what?
Oh, why did she ask that question? She said alpha what? So this young black sister right here, this queen, right here, sitting on this couch, right? And she's putting in this persona that she already know everything that's going on. Like she knows everything, but she's not. She's lack of education of who she is. But she look good. But that's the blanket that us men get trapped in because of how she look. But at the end of the day, she's not even educated of who she is, not even knowing what a black man represents. I'm just saying.
and right, and
There's only one alpha.
energy, that frequency, right? It can throw some shit off.
Yeah.
Because you're conditioned not to even be around that shit, and then you become sensitized, not desensitized. You're very sensitive to that energy, and then now you don't know how to read that energy. You think he's narcissistic. You think no, he's where he needs to be to take his place. So I feel like black men need to disregard how black women feel about our masculinity and be more self-contained. I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need your money. I don't need none of that. I'm not sleeping on your couch. Don't give me no keys. I'm gonna get my own. I'm gonna go to God. And when you don't want to fit my program, bye. Go.
Facts.
You're not needed. You're dangerous. I don't want to bear seed with you. I don't want to sleep with you. I don't want to be your friend.
Nope.
I'm staying away from you.
But us men, let me tell you something. That's what a lot of us make mistakes in. Even myself. You know what I'm saying? Didn't really want to sleep with her, but I slept with her. And guess what happened to me? That it was unbalanced. It was unbalanced. So therefore that caused more situations, damage with my soul, damage in my physical, damage in my spiritual life. It damaged everything because we was unbalanced. I shouldn't have slept with that woman.
Equally yoked, it's true. You have to be.
Yeah.
You have to be.
Now, guess what? Guess what came with it? Okay, I was blessed with a child, but guess what? I had to deal with child support. I had to deal with being in and out of jail. I got to deal with charges, domestic violence charges, and all that because it was unbalanced. So before they went to that point, guess what Smart said? You got to go off the muscle. We're not going to that next level. We're not even going to sit in the same room. You know what I'm saying? That's going to keep it going.
And there's a lot of black women that get it and they love the masculinity that we project. Black men, we project energy. Women receive energy.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So now, for the black women who are confused, right? A woman has to lead with 3 phases of love. The first phase of love is informative, right? So she's informing that black man of who he is. She's informing that black man that, yo, look, you get your provision. You're going to be the provider. You're going to be the head of this household. Even if she's Oprah and he's broke, she's going to uplift him through the information. That's the first phase. The second phase is unconditional love. Unconditional. She's loving and she's loving, she's loving, she's loving. Then the last phase of love is tough love, accountability. The problem is a lot of our women are conditioned to lead with the accountability first, and they don't set the table with informative love and unconditional love. See?
Yeah, talk that talk, bro. Is he talking, preaching, and he's teaching?
All of it, bro.
Huh?
All of it.
If he wrong right now, I'm leaving the podcast. If anybody in the comment tell me that this is wrong, I'm not coming back to this podcast. Come on, man.
This comes off as disrespect and combative
all the time.
Yeah.
But again, this is why black men need to be in tune with self.
Right.
And when that woman
part, I had to get in tune with myself. I had to take a break from being in a relationship. I had to take a break of everything and work on me as a black man and get in tune with myself.
And as a black woman too, bro, because it's both ways. If the woman herself is not in tune with the things, the issues, the challenges that she has, she's going to continue to project that in her relationship. So that goes both ways. I talk about self-development because it's something that you really have to continuously work on, because if you don't, you can potentially ruin a good thing.
You had an amazing class when you was on the Even Rush Network in this area right here of self-development for women, and I think that was one of my favorite episodes that you have done on the Even Rush. And I still go back to that segment now and then and check in once in a while, because that's one of my favorite episodes, because it's so much things that was talked about in that segment that people need to go back. Y'all need to go back to Even Rush Network on YouTube and check out that segment, because let me tell you something. You know what I'm saying? You've been speaking this language for a long time in your platform.
Because I understand that I can say everything that was done to me, but at the end of the day, I'm not perfect. I still had to acknowledge my fault in that, and a lot of it, and I talk about it openly, was daddy issues, abandonment issues. Like, you really have to identify your it. You gotta identify it, because if you don't, you're gonna continue to think that it's always the man's fault, and it's not. It's just not. I don't know if because I have, I'm a boy mom and a girl mom, so I can see it both ways. At the same time, I'm doing the work on myself. You know what I mean? You just have to acknowledge that, man. Listen, women, ladies, sometimes we can be a bit much. You have to know that, but you also have to know when you got a narcissistic man too. So it works both ways.
Right.
It's important to work on yourself.
Well, yeah, that's what I had to do. I had to work. I got to get in tune with myself, who I am, not just as Franklin Stewart, not as the Joker the Overlook MC, but as my deity of a black man. Who am I? You know what I mean? And break down why I do the certain things that I do. Why my DNA the way it is. Where did it come from? It's more than just an action thing. It's a DNA thing. It's a spiritual interbeing thing. It's more than that. See, people don't go that deep within themselves to know. And so when you do see certain things in your life while you're moving in this walk, you know how to attack that thing before it comes to the forefront. I'm just saying.
You better
it's
preach,
argumentative,
bro.
and she want to talk, and and every 5 minutes she want to get a word in, and she just can't shut the fuck up. Let her go. Don't beat on her. Don't catch no cases. Let her go.
That part. That
That woman next to him is so triggered. And it's funny because whether consciously or subconsciously, more than likely consciously, he's describing that woman sitting right next to him.
Like literally let her go.
Yeah.
And you vet her with your frequency. You vet her with your vibration. I walk in some rooms and I get around certain black women and I start talking. They can't stand me.
Yeah.
Good.
Goodbye.
They don't stand me either, bro.
Good. Bye.
Why is that they can't stand you?
Because I just told you, a lot of black women are not
Used to masculine men.
confidence. A lot of black women are not used to a black man who
Wait. I just want to clarify. You saying that black women can't stand you because of your confidence?
1,000,000%. A lot of them.
I think
it's because hold on, because I'm a nigga. I'm a op. I'm a blood. I'm a boy.
Wait,
I'm a trick.
Who are saying these things?
We're saying what I'm. You got to understand what
That's
this
what I'm
for the
asking, because
camera.
I don't.
She's being disingenuous. That's things that women say about men all the time. She's being disingenuous. And the
Yeah.
point that he's making, whether you label it confidence or not, that's something Mr. Sam used to say. And I've said something similar, is that so many women grow up without dads, but also without men in their lives. So the thought or the idea of a masculine man being direct with you and not coddling your feelings while doing so, it brings on a whole rush of emotions that women, they can't handle it because they'll be 30, 40 years old and the first time they ever met a masculine man who isn't going for their bull crap and they don't know how to react to it.
I got you, but I'm saying it right. So you maybe you understand later, maybe you won't. It's okay.
Well, that
I'm
just hold on one second.
Yeah.
I'm asking questions because we have an audience.
No, for sure.
And I want our audience.
And check this part out right here. This trip me out right here. She said she know her audience, right? But they're agreeing everything what Smart's saying. Pay attention.
Understand what you're saying.
They do understand.
No, it's cool. I know my audience. So what I'm
Right.
saying is that I just want you to like kind of be responsive when I'm asking you so that we can have.
If you watch this podcast and do the history of this podcast right here, and you go back down that rabbit hole, you'll see people that have these certain conversations, they ask questions right away. Now, I've been watching this podcast for a long time. Okay?
You have to
And
get into this conversation too.
yeah, definitely. And if you watch this podcast and down that rabbit hole, a lot of people start asking questions by now. So that's why it's Smart watch this podcast too. That's why he's on this podcast as special guest. So he knows they understand and understand what he's saying, because nobody came out the audience and say, I have a question. That's why he said they do understand what I'm talking about. But you said you know your audience.
30 when we do our clip.
The clips that make sense. I mean, I do this all the time. So I'm a op.
Okay, sir.
I'm a blood. I'm a crip. I'm a scammer. I'm a jack boy. I'm a nigga. I'm a rap. I'm everything but a god.
Everything but a man.
And then they use music, right? They use crack in the 80s to break down black communities. Now they're using music, right, as a way to break down the communities. Every time you turn on a song, eat my ass, my butthole is brown, all this, right?
Right.
Everywhere you turn, it's
crazy.
Black men are the only race of man that gets publicly disrespected by their women.
All day long. Every day, all day. Every black woman I've been with disrespecting me in public. Everyone. And I dated a lot of them. I didn't find out one black woman who understood, understand me, wanted to know me better, wanted to build, none of that. I've been with a lot of black women. This is facts.
Consistently. Like religiously.
Yeah.
You see? So now when you come around as a black man and you know who you are, and you know you're the leader, you know I'm a god. She's a goddess. I'm a god though. I'm the original man. I'm not here to tell you who I am. I'm him.
Treated accordingly.
And if you don't understand, it's
called the all. I say it in my rhyme. Those who like my music, I say I am the all. That's the original. You know what I'm saying? That's the God being in me. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a coincidence that Mary said it's the God in me. That's a fact.
It's not for you. It's not to be understood. And a lot of times black men, masculinity is application, not advocation.
With everything that you believe, do you think that we have to re-educate the black woman?
Hell no. Absolutely not. Listen, Noah's Ark, The ramp is up.
Yeah.
And it's gonna rain, and a lot of sisters are gonna drown. Bye. Let me tell you something. I just told you in the beginning. Look, the greatest soldier in the white man's army is the black woman. It's a lot of black women. Listen, it's a lot of brothers that lost their lives, that literally died, wasted time trying to build. Listen, did everything right, got married, babies, listen, everything. And the woman set him up, got him killed, and took the money and ran with a Chinese man. You feel me? So, black men need to have confidence. Listen, you know how beautiful you are? 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 I know I look good. I'm not sitting here, shorty, there's a door that way. Beat it.
I love it.
And let me tell you something. And that's the scary thing, right? Because that's the accountability, right? Because if you listen, how can I have a family with you? How can I think about it? Listen, you want to dress like
she look at her body language is crazy because she's taking this personal.
Yeah, she's in her defensive mode, which you kind of do feel attacked because it's a generalization. All black women aren't like that. I'll say this. What I notice about men, and it's not just black men, it's men in general. Y'all first look at the outside. Like y'all not even checking for the inside. Y'all trying to look at what she looked like, what her body looked like.
Yep.
And sometimes, the prettiest woman can be pretty on the outside, but ugly as HELL hockey sticks on the inside because she's been through some things.
Yeah. And the young lady sitting here, she's very attractive.
Beautiful
queen. Understand? But she's uneducated about her divine self. Not just the situation of being with a man, but she don't even know her own divine self. That's already a problem in a situation before you even say, "What's my name? How you doing? Can I buy you a drink?"
Or we can on the flip side, sometimes we as people we lead and navigate through life based on our experiences. So that's the lens we are looking at. She may have been hurt. I'm looking at her body language as well. It's definitely, she has a barrier up there. She's ready for an attack like a lion, ready for the attack. But I wonder what her backstory is, what her relationships look like, what her home life look like, because that's what I'm seeing. She's, if she is being combative, she's probably leading through the lens of her life, not from a place where she can acknowledge the things that, her flaws and stuff.
I'm happy about? I'm happy is another young lady on the couch.
This is interesting. We're going to have to pick this conversation up on Monday too, y'all, because we're going to need Miss Arkansas's commentary, because this is a really great conversation.
Yeah. Now if it was another black queen sitting on that couch, I would feel some type of way because I feel that she's getting jumped. But there's another black queen who agrees with everything he's saying, and guess what? There's nobody in the audience asking questions. And matter of fact, there's nobody that's watching right now in the comments because everything is facts. You know what I mean? That's the thing. That's the thing that got me, because this is true divine balance of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's what I like about this.
You want to wear the pants. You don't know when to shut up. You have no wisdom. You're not a nurturer. I gotta take care of everything. You got a rouster. Yo, what am I? Are you crazy? I'm cool. If I get sick, you ain't got soup for me. If I'm on fire, you won't even pee on me. I'm equivalent to this cup holster that she's having right here.
Another slave.
I'm cool. She can go.
I think you can re-educate.
Let me tell you something. You got women, right? You got some women, like real shit, that hate black men.
Yeah.
You hate everything about me. I'm a god.
And you also have a lot of black men that don't like black women, that hate black women too. You know what I mean? I was at a point in my life that I hated black women because how my mama treated me. But then I grew out of that and got educated, got to know my divine self that a lot of people is not doing. I went back, took a break for 5-6 years to know my divine self of who I am as a black man, and then that feeling and that emotion left. You know what I mean? But then it ain't really too late. But I couldn't find that black woman to fit my divine balance. But I'm not gonna sit back and wait. We living our lives. We got to move on. You know what I mean? Dr. Umar Johnson.
I don't know about Dr. Umar when it comes to relationships. I got a feeling that he might be,
Yeah, suspect.
more cat than anything. I mean,
Dr. Umar Johnson, who never opened the school.
Love you.
Just saying. But yeah, just finish up.
I'm beautiful. So you mean to tell? I'm not saying you. Don't make it personal. I'm saying I'm generalizing, right? And black men need to have that. It's not a problem. It's not a problem at all.
Problem? No. No, we are semantics.
Because a lot of black women say black men all the time.
No.
My name is Smart, not Sir.
Okay, Smart.
Thank you.
The thing is that in making generalizations, you use and you said you're a wordsmith, right?
Speaking how I want to speak.
Understood. But
Okay.
You're saying you're not using you're using generalizations, right? But generalizations don't apply to all. So I think the reason why
Only a hit dog is gonna holler.
Exactly.
Thank you. Only a hit dog is gonna holler.
Only a hit dog is gonna holler. That's the best quote in the world. Only a hit dog is gonna holler. And guess what she's doing? Hollering.
Her generalizations, it doesn't cover all 100% of people. She's just in her feelings about this because the same way that the woman off camera was when he said, hey, you taking it personal. She don't like the fact that he's speaking on black women, even though he's not talking about her specifically. Things he's saying don't make black women look good. And that's why she's sitting there so irritated with this dude, interrupting him needlessly.
I agree. My name is Smart, not Sir.
I'm not sure who that gentleman is. His name is Smart. And a couple people sent me that clip and thinks it's made its way around social media. Even though I've never heard him speak, he interjected a few things that I thought.
Smart. I've been following Smart for a long time, man. He has good conversation. He's the king of the debate. Like every debate he's been in, he's won. You know what I'm saying? He has receipts. He has facts. He has the paperwork, and he makes it up with a dude. Shout out to Smart. I would love to have him on our platform. But he's awesome. But tell me your thoughts real quick.
And this is a really great discussion. This is like one of them 2-part ones because there's so much that we can unpack. Thank you for bringing this to, bringing it to the platform, bro. I will not say that we as women, man, our mouths it can cut like a knife. It can cut like a knife. And a lot of times it's like that because we continue to carry our past with us. You really have to be willing to work on yourself and acknowledge the areas in your life that you need to, change. It is what it is. I can sit here and act like I was perfect. Like I'm perfect even now. Absolutely not. Like, man, sometimes I have to sit back and be like, girl, now you know better.
Yeah. And then we deal with things different in a relationship. Like, you know what I mean? You know your position with you and your baby. You know what I'm saying? Big Mike, King, Big Mike. You know what I'm saying? And he knows his position. You know his position, and y'all building. You know what I'm saying? To where it needs to be, and it's so balanced. You know what I'm saying? I'm so happy for you, and it's so balanced. It's so energetic. It's so positive. It's so king and queen. It's real black love. It's like everything that I could see that people want and don't understand that that's not an overnight thing. That took work.
And we were friends first, okay? We were friends for a couple. Listen, it takes work. And knowing and not being afraid to say, well, what is it that you need on both of our part? You know what I mean? Because listen, we all come with some things. Like we ain't no spring chickens, and you take all of that experience with you. Like he's him, not him. Period. Period.
Yeah.
And sometimes you gotta remember that. Like you can't.
Yes. As a black man, as a black woman, you know what I'm saying? The black man is the all. That's so powerful.
And I spoke about it
That's the
before.
most
You can
powerful
take an
thing.
alpha female because that I am. But if you have a man that, listen, even an alpha female will be submissive to a man. It don't matter.
Yes.
You can be the strongest black woman, but if you got a good man, you gonna be just submissive to him. It's just natural. Especially if they're doing what they're supposed to do. It's just natural. Sometimes you
Yeah.
gotta stop. And they talked about it. Like, go into a place and don't deal with nobody. Don't deal with anybody.
Right.
It's right.
Right. That part right there. Yeah, this definitely is a part 1, 2, or 3 segment. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be on Monday morning, so I'd like to really see what you guys do. Yeah, I'm saying. But I would like to continue this on Monday and hopefully to finish it up, to wrap it up on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Maybe have it play the video again. The whole podcast just got launched today. That doesn't part segment of it. The whole thing just came out today. I'm gonna watch the whole interview today, and this is just one part that they put up to break down the different conversations they're having on that podcast with Smart. And yeah, and
Can you send it to me, bro? I can listen
definitely.
to it while I'm driving.
Yeah, I can send you the YouTube of the whole thing. So this is definitely the morning show. It's Friday. Y'all have a good, amazing weekend and all that. And we know it will be black. And we're gonna end this off with a little piece of the video of me and Boss Banger joint one more time. And we're gonna end it like this, man. Give y'all a little clipping of the AI video, you know what I'm saying, of Buffalo to Brooklyn track. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Buffalo to Brooklyn track. Produced by my man Stan the Man. You know what I'm saying? DJ Optimus Prime is on the cuts and all that. And we'll see y'all on Monday morning. No doubt, live and direct here on the morning show. Y'all have a good weekend. We out. Peace.
They really feel me, I ain't keeping in touch. When they down low, hating, don't be peeping in much.
That's why I'm on the low when I'm getting this dough. Just like Uncle Luke when they peeping the show.
Even the roads and concrete be forced to grow. That ground you be under if you forced to low.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6 be slick just like CeeLo. Chest so big to grind like Rambo.
First blood spill, tension is built. It's every bar, every mention is killed.
I'm getting caught the party, sipping on Bacardi. You lying in your rhymes, I'm lying like
Bugatti skirt, 0 to 60. I stop to think or blink, you might miss me.
Mach 10 to win, smile just grin. Blessing my mess, somehow I still sin. Why?